You know, my love for the environment and my sense of home came from going to the rivers and mountains in the Great American West. I worked as a raft guide for a long time. As much as I love being out in wilderness and in nature, our environment is a lot more than the places we escape to. I mean, here we are in downtown Seattle, and more, I think the environmental challenge, the challenge of living well on the earth, is about making the places we live great, making our cities great, making our urban areas as delightful and fulfilling as wilderness can be. Seattle has distinguished itself as a climate leader first and foremost by operating an electric utility that produces zero carbon, no impact on the climate. We also have some of the cleanest air in the nation. We also have some of the cheapest power in the nation. And all those things are connected. I directed the Northwest Energy Coalition in the early 1990s. It's a really unique coalition of utilities, consumer groups, and environmental groups, all committed to the idea of a clean, affordable energy future in the Pacific Northwest. Energy efficiency, wasting less, has been the biggest part of the success story of clean energy in the Pacific Northwest. It's not very sexy, it's kind of invisible, but it's by far the biggest energy investment we've made. In our buildings, we waste over half of the energy that comes into our buildings. In our transportation system, here in King County where Seattle is, about $5 billion a year flows out of our economy through the gas tanks of our cars to pay for oil that comes from somewhere, but not King County. $5 billion in an economy the size of King County is a lot of money. Most of the money that we invest in the clean energy transformation is the money that we're currently putting into our gas tank or sending to our utility bill. That's our energy dollars, and our energy dollars are much bigger than the tax dollars that we spend on clean energy. So when we begin to start taking that money back with more efficient vehicles, with better alternatives to cars, with better transit systems, with cleaner homegrown fuels, all that money that used to flow out of the bottom of our economy now comes back into King County, where it creates more economic activity, more economic opportunity. Our energy dollars start to flow into more efficient buildings. They start to flow into cleaner fuels. They start to flow into more efficient cars and better transit systems, redirecting those energy dollars from fossil fuels to clean energy and healthier communities. And as a result, our power system's a lot cleaner, and we're saving money hand over fist because we're not spending all that money on wasted energy. If you're serious about climate solutions, then you have to acknowledge and embrace the idea that this is a global problem. People need to do what they can in their places and within their scope of effectiveness, and we need to connect all of those local activities, all of those different kinds of solutions into one story, one narrative. And that's when we launched the Mayor's Climate Initiative, inviting other mayors to join in Seattle's commitment to protect the climate. And ultimately, Mayor Nichols signed up over 1,000 mayors onto that pledge. And those cities are now all executing their own climate plans and figuring out what it looks like in their particular local context to be a climate leader and build a great city.